just moving closer to you, Matt. You were eluding me, so I want to be close.
Welcome back. ESR, Mr. X, joined by Benson. Getting ready for the Pro League matchup starting in about an hour's time.
Today's going to be a big day, Matt.
Today is an absolutely huge day.
Yeah, lots of stuff potentially could happen today. We were looking at all the permutations, what needs to happen, etc. But before we do all that, let's look at the current standings as they stand going into today.
These are the current standings. Then this would be how they stand right now, because current.
That's current.
That's exactly what current means.
That's what current means, Matt.
Optic Gaming, they're in first place. They have already guaranteed their way in. So has Denial, Prophecy, and FaZe, I believe. So
yes,
those are the only four teams, right? Question of order, but those are the only four teams as of now that have secured their spot.
So Denial with the possibility of 2nd through 4th, Prof 2nd through 5th, FaZe 3rd through 7th. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Aware sitting in 5th position. Their magic number is 1. That's all they need.
It's a good number to have.
It's a great number. They have 4 games left to play. Team Caliber, their magic number is also 1. However, they only have 2 games left to play.
Right, TK, though, they have a match against AR, I believe.
They have, their games are against AR and also against, no, is it not Denial?
Oh, no,
Envy?
actually,
It's Denial
no,
Envy.
Denial Envy, yeah,
Denial
sorry.
Envy, yeah.
So those 2 very tough ones. Here's what I was going to say. Going further down, Envy, their magic number is 2. We go into 7th place. And Justice, theirs is 3. And then I know Rise and AR, those are the only 2 teams other than those alive. Elevate and Optic Nation already done.
So basically, Rise and AR need not
to
only
win
win everything, but they also need other teams to lose. That's going to be the key. Everyone from 5th through 10th has the possibility of qualifying. Everyone has 4 games left to play, except Team Caliber, who only have 2.
A scary spot to be in if you're TK.
TK need to win the remaining games. It's a must. It wouldn't surprise me if a lot of those teams actually drew.
TK not
had a similar score.
TK not in competition tonight. Those matches, I believe, will be Friday.
I think so.
So we can go into tonight's games, break those down a little bit. Or you want to go? You want to?
Well, I mean, there's a few, quote unquote storylines and some interesting facts. I'm just going to read them. This is literally straight from the commissioner. And there's still a battle for 2nd seed between Denial and Prophecy, as we mentioned. They play each other tonight, so that's a big game. That's essentially the battle for 2nd. As well as that, it's worth mentioning Aware Gaming only needs to win 1 match tonight, or AR to lose to clinch a spot.
Denial needs to 3-0 Prophecy tonight.
Denial will need to 3-0 Prophecy
if they go to a tie. So if it was to tie, and let's say Denial wins tonight 3-1, Prophecy would hold that tiebreaker over Denial.
That's interesting. And of course, Team Elevate officially eliminated. Do you still have that tweet up? I think you do.
Which one? The one from
the Hot Stats one?
I can bring it up. Because I'm a good person.
This guy. Such a good person. So nice to have a nice person in the office. And then F11, that bad boy. Ron, if you could just throw to that screen. This is interesting. It's also incorrect that we kind of discussed. But it's still interesting. So this is a tweet of how teams are going to clinch their playoff position. It says Aware 1 win or an AR loss. That is correct, except you need to add Rise on there as well.
Yes,
because Rise and AR are currently tied at 16 and 24 apiece. You have to include both of those. Me, you, and Puckett all kind of had this big conversation.
Right, with an AR loss tonight, TK gets in.
And a Rise loss, though. Or a Rise loss.
And a Rise loss.
Or a Rise loss, yeah.
Justice gets in with 2 wins of their own. So if Justice goes 2-0 tonight, no matter what everything else happens, they get in. Or they can get in with 1 win tonight and an AR loss and a Rise loss.
Yep. And then Envy, 1 AR and 1 Rise loss will secure Season 1. So, lots of stuff potentially.
Who do you think makes it? And who do you think has the best chance of coming from the bottom? You can go back to Desiree.
In all honesty, it wouldn't amaze me at all if the bottom 4 stayed the way they are right now. Rise AR stay down there and they don't qualify.
If you had to pick between AR and a Rise,
for which one to come out?
Yeah.
I'd say AR, simply because three players are in a team house. Their hard point is now looking on point. They kind of threw away a 2-0 day yesterday. They threw it out the window. They should have had a 2-0 day. They didn't. It's clutch up time.
I think the team house might have been 1 week too late. A week earlier.
Right,
Put together another good week after a 4-2 week last week. I think they might have passed Justice because Justice was dropping fast, and that was their opportunity to get it back up, but it seems like Justice figured everything out.
We should talk about tonight's games, Matt. Kicking things off at 7 p.m. Aware versus Elevate. Now, Elevate already out. We know that.
Right.
But can they cause an upset here? Aware just need one win. It'd be unbelievable if you told me that Aware weren't going to win another game. If you told me that Aware were going to lose.
Aware is going to win one matchup. Would not be surprised if this is it, even though Elevate leads the current matchup 2-1. First map in that series will be Solar Hardpoint. Interesting to note, I'm going to say this a few times here, Miracles is the only one for Elevate positive in Hardpoint so far in the COD League.
And also Terrace S&D.
Right, so he's the only one positive in S&D.
So it's immediately not looking good for Elevate there when you talk about that series. I think we both kind of have Aware to win that one and then clinch qualification.
Yeah, even though the stats all kind of point to Elevate, I think we can say it's probably a different Aware team. Not sure if they met up the Aware roster that we've been seeing tonight. Yeah, that's so that I think we're both gonna take Aware in that one.
I think that's a safe bet, and then that would of course just leave 3 spots available for Season 1 Finals. The second game of the evening, Justice versus Automatic Reload. The rematch from last night, of course, Justice coming out on top, and Justice leads that matchup 3-0. If there was ever a time for AR to pick up a win against Justice, it is right now. That is 10th place versus 8th place, and it's huge. It's massive. If AR go 2-0 today and Team Justice go 0-2, they essentially switch places.
Pretty much. What I would look for in this series is I believe I saw somewhere earlier, I'd have to double check, but AR is the away team in this matchup.
They're the away team in every single game they have left. So out of all 4 games, they're away every single time. So
that series is going to be a Solar Hardpoint, which the Hardpoint head-to-head so far in this matchup hasn't been AR's problem. They lead the Hardpoint head-to-head 2-1. Detroit S&D will be map number 2. This is interesting. Justice, a very bad S&D team, but have never lost an S&D to AR in the COD League.
Bear in mind, one of those games was yesterday.
Yes.
And it is a different Justice team than we're used to seeing that was so bad at S&D too. Since the trades came in, the team has changed somewhat. So I feel, some of these stats you kind of have to take into account that, rosters have changed somewhat.
Yep.
But that one, I'm going to call AR. I want to see it. I want to see AR kind of show me something. Have some fight. They're 3-0 down in the series. Or the head-to-head, I should say, going into tonight, needing a 2-0 day. Nothing else matters. Burns has been in this position before. He knows what it's like to be in this position. Must-win games. I think he turns up today.
I love Burns. Love the guys on AR.
Burns.
Going to take Justice. I'm going to take it in 5 games. It's going to be a brutal game. It's going to go the distance. I'm going to take Justice in that one.
You're horrible.
Rise versus Optic Nation. Rise, still very close.
Yeah, I mean, 9th through 12th in terms of the leaderboard so far. Again, a must-win game for Rise. They can't afford to lose this game. It's against Optic Nation, bottom of the team, out 12-28 overall in the league. They've had an absolute shocker. But Karma tweeting out, what can he do to ruin someone's league games? I suggested
win.
I suggested Spike drone a planted bomb. I think that'd be absolute great banter. But we'll see what he's up to later on.
No, you look at some of the maps and some of the stats going in this one. Detroit Hardpoint TP the only TP actually leads Optic Nation Hardpoint KD. Him and Karma the only ones positive. Riot S&D ON 2-0 against Rise in Search and Destroy head to head, and it doesn't spell good for Rise. Ben, you gotta look out. If they win those first 2 maps, Optic Nation, game number 3 Bilap Uplink. It is Rise's worst uplink map, only a 29% win percentage.
So do you think this is the night we see Rise kind of eliminate themselves?
It depends what Optic Nation shows.
Because this is the thing, okay? If Rise win that game, great. But it isn't, again, one of those beneficial situations where you're beating someone in front of you. You're beating the team stone dead last.
They would need a,
If Optic Nation win that game, I think that's Rise's season.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's over for them.
Who do you like in this one? It's crazy.
I'm going to say Optic Nation. I don't know why. But I just think Karma is the kind of guy who's going to be, hey, I didn't qualify. I'm going to make sure you don't either.
I'm going to take Optic Nation as well. I kind of tend to agree with you on that one. Another last 7 p.m. game that we're going to talk about. Denial versus Prophecy. This one has huge implications to see who gets that number 2 seed in the league. Denial needs to win 3-0 to take the lead in the tiebreaker scenario.
Yeah, not really drama surrounding it other than the seeding. Of course, both these two teams comfortably qualifying. It just all, as you says, come down to the seeding. Then at 8:30 p.m., Justice versus Aware. Could this be Aware's one match they need to win? That is, of course, their magic number. Justice on that 8th place bubble. I don't know about you, man, but I fancy Aware in this one.
I'm going to take...
I have Justice having an 0-2 day.
That would not be good for Justice.
Who
did you want in the Denial Prophecy matchup? We didn't talk about that one.
It's so irrelevant, it doesn't even matter. I'll take Denial.
I'm going to take Denial too. I don't think they get the 3-0 though, because bad maps in their series for them. Now, looking at this series, it's going to be a Detroit Hardpoint Mochilla's best hardpoint map. Recovery S&D, which Huke has been known to go off on 1.21 KD on Recovery S&D.
All right.
But then you look, Comeback Uplink.
That's changed a lot, by the way. Comeback Uplink as a map has changed so much since that patch. It's very, very different now.
I think Aware wins that one as well.
Yep. I think it should be a pretty comfortable.
I have Justice going 1-on-1 today.
You have Justice 1-on-1. So the big question is, what do you have Rise and? Well, we'll go over that. We'll go over that when we're done. But moving on, Prophecy play Rise next. I mean, for me, Prof leads that series 2-1. It's 3rd versus 9th. I mean, what, map 1, Biolab, Hardpoint, Prof. Does that make any sense to you, or am I reading that wrong?
What?
Prof -20 in Hardpoint?
They're 20 and 20 in Hardpoint. Max.
Oh, that's a very unusual way of
Max doesn't make any sense.
Rise 18 and 22. Biolab S&D. Legal has a pretty shocking KD, 0.91, worse than the team. I mean, actually, it depends what the other ones are. That stat doesn't really tell us anything. It's just fluff. Retreat CTF, Sender, highest CTF KD, 1.05 in the lobby. Honestly, these stats don't really tell us much. I think this is just going to be a gut feeling. I say Prof take this.
I think Prof takes this in a game 5. I think that's going to be a bad night from Rise for me.
Okay. We'll go over it, and we'll see where we have both of these teams, or all of the teams, I should say. Elevate versus AR, 11th versus 10th. With AR's run recently, and the fact they lead that series 3-0.
I'm taking AR in this one.
Yeah, that should be cruise control. I don't think Elevate even want to play. They're probably just going to spawn in. Wouldn't surprise me if they didn't play at all. And then Optic Nation versus Denial, the last game. Again, that one really doesn't matter at all. But it is
Denial wins that one.
Yeah, we think we can agree that. It is worth mentioning, why should teams who are eliminated still try? You do get paid to participate in each match, and there's rules against intentionally forfeiting a game or conspiring to manipulate rankings or brackets. This isn't CSGO, Matt.
No CSGO
we don't
lounge
cheat.
stuff here. No
we don't cheat. So this is literally from the commissioner. Unexcused absence penalties.
Yeah.
First day is a warning. Naughty Matt. Don't miss more games.
Sorry.
Second day, ineligible for the next 2K series. So you're missing out on some pro points.
Got a weekend off.
Third day, eligible for the 5K. So yeah, you do get a weekend off.
Taking a vacation.
Fourth day, ineligible for the MLG Pro League Season 2. Take off 3 months.
Yeah, that's not what I want.
Yeah, that's not what you want at all. So looking at the predictions that we've predicted, let's figure out who we have where on the leaderboard. So you have AR going 1-1 on the day.
No, they are going. Oh yeah, they are going 1-1.
So I'm gonna do some math. So you have AR 1-1.
Yes.
I had AR 2-0. Correct?
Yep.
Okay. What do you have Rise?
I had Rise going 0-2, right? Who's their first match? Yeah. I had Rise going 0-2.
And I had Rise 0-2 as well. Did I? Yep, pretty sure. Justice.
I have Justice going
1-1.
1-1.
And I have them going 0-2. I just want it for the storylines, I'm not gonna lie. Envious not playing today. TK not playing today. Aware we both kind of figured would be through. For me, it's just those 3 teams
We both have Aware going 2-0.
Yeah. It's just those 3 teams which will have an effect on everything. So, by the end of this evening, you have a 17 and 25 AR. You have a 16 and 26 Rise Nation. And you have
I
a
basically
19,
eliminate Rise.
You have a 19 and 23 Team Justice. So
I think if we were to go by mine for the end of the night,
I mean, they wouldn't.
I think we would have the top 8.
They wouldn't be eliminated.
AR would be the
16,
only team.
17, 18, 19, 20. No, they could still. Actually, no, they couldn't.
No.
4 games left. Yeah, they would be eliminated.
Yeah. If what I said happens, then it'll be the top 8.
By mine, we would have a 18 and 24. We'd have a 16 and 26 and an 18 and 24. So, again, Rise would be eliminated. So, by both of our predictions, Rise are done for today.
Right,
but I have both AR and Justice tied 18 and 24. And what I can see happening, get this, TK, AR,
well, would they
Justice
not
all tie 18 and 24?
Well, Justice would lead the AR
No.
head-to-head.
No. Head-to-head, yes, but it goes off map win percentage first, I believe? Or is it game win percentage? We'd have to get official word. But it doesn't go head-to-head first, I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure. Ron just said head-to-head, but I'm like 90% sure it doesn't. Because of how it already is on the leaderboards when 2 teams are ahead of you. Anyway, we'll get official word on that. But it wouldn't surprise me if TK, maybe Envious. I think there's going to be a couple of teams, maybe 3, who have the same score by the end, and they're going to be on that cusp.
That's going to be dangerous. I know going into Friday, I think we're still going to have some pretty important matches.
Yeah, of course. TK and AR play on Friday night. So how important are those games going to be? Of course, that's mine and Matt's predictions. Guys in the chat, let us know what your predictions are. We're always curious. We'll bring up the chat and we'll have a little discussion. Which 4 teams do you think aren't going to qualify for the Season 1 playoffs? For now, quick commercial break. Be right back.